Martin?
Nurse Harris, for the last time, I don't want a sponge bath.
What are you doing out of bed?
Well, I suddenly got the urge to dance, and since you were busy, me and Ivita here thought we'd take a spin around the sun porch.
I heard you had a sense of humor.
Oh, yeah, you ought to apply for one. A little laughter might do wonders for attention to the jaw.
I think it's time you went back to your room.
Now, come on, Dr. Hayes said it was good for me to be up and around on my feet.
You went to Mrs. Tyler's funeral earlier. I think that's enough exertion for one day.
I sat in a wheelchair the entire time.
Back to your room, young man.
Oh, come on, look, the truth is I'm going crazy, cooped up in that cell they call a room. Just do me a favor, let me walk to the Sun Project. I promise, I'll turn around and walk right back.
Mr. Martin.
Nurse Harris, I'm sure you do not want me to pull rank and get my father, the chief of staff, and your boss involved in it.
I would keep my rank under wraps if I were you. That is, if you want your noontime injection above the waist. Get my point?
No, but I'm going to. If you'll excuse me, I'll just whimper back to my room.
I think that's a wonderful idea. I'll see you shortly for your sponge bath.
Pervert.
Dell, I'm Dr. Rosenstein. I'm glad we were able to locate you so quickly.
Well, your message sounded urgent. Where's Dr. Walsh?
Dr. Walsh is on indefinite leave. Family problems. I'll be handling your case for the foreseeable future. Come in. I could have some very good news for you.
You found a donor. Oh, I can breathe again.
Dell, I said a possible donor.
Yeah, but it's a definite possibility, Doc, or you wouldn't call me down here.
Well, let's just say I'm cautiously optimistic. We already know that the donor's blood type is compatible with yours. The next step is to perform the negative cross-match test.
Right. The lab mixes my blood with the donor's, checks it under a microscope to make sure there's no adverse reaction.
I see you've done your homework.
Well, when the Grim Reaper's holding your time card, you do everything you can to get more hours. I read up on kidney transplant. Ask me a question, Doc. I bet I know as much as you do.
Dell, I applaud your optimism. But I don't want you to get your hopes up. You know what the odds are.
Yeah, but this one's a keeper, Doc. I can feel it.
I certainly hope so. Let's go down to the lab and draw some blood.
The sooner we get a cross-match, the sooner we get a tissue type.
Well, you have been doing your homework.
Dr. Rosenstein, wait. There's something I need to know.
Yes?
The donor.
A possible donor.
Yeah, right. Can you tell me something about him or her? I mean, I'm going to have somebody living inside of me. I would like to know a little bit about the person.
That's a common request. I usually wait until compatibility is assured, but since you ask. The donor in your case is a young man about your age. He's a patient at Center City Hospital.
Well, can I call him and thank him?
The man is brain dead. Another innocent victim of another drunk driver. He's being kept on life support until the cross-matching tests are run.
Oh, I feel like Dr. Frankenstein all of a sudden.
Don't. He indicated on his driver's license that he was willing to be an organ donor. His wife supports his decision.
Oh, he's married. Kids?
His wife is pregnant with their first child.
I had to ask.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Euphoria often gives way to guilt in these situations.
It's just weird, you know? There's parts of me that just want to shout from the rooftop. But knowing that someone has to die in order for me to live.
What you're feeling is perfectly normal. Unfortunately, it's the most common scenario in organ donor programs.
I read that. But still,
Try not to feel guilty. There's nothing more science can do for this man but keep his body alive until recipients for his organs can be found. His wife doesn't want to keep him on life support indefinitely. Long before his accident, they agreed that if anything ever happened to either one of them, neither wanted their lives prolonged by extraordinary means. His wife wants to find as many organ recipients as soon as possible so they can end life support and give her husband peace. She's found comfort in the thought that her husband's death will have meaning if it allows others to go on living.
sounds like a remarkable woman. I'd like to meet her if this works out.
We'll know better as soon as we run those cross-match tests. Ready?
You bet.
The fact is, my brother-in-law is stone cold broke, okay? Now, Dixie and I offered him the money to pay off his debts, but, you know, he refused, unenlightened male pride or something like that.
That's a shame.
Yeah, well, that's Dell, you know, proud but broke. Now, as you can see, you turn over his bill to a collection agency, you're not going to get one thin dime. Whereas, it just so happens I have my checkbook right here. Come on, Edith, I'm begging you. Give me a break. Let me pay off what he owes. After all, the man saved my life.
Mr. Martin, we've been through this before. I just can't do what you're asking.
Great. So, yet another overdue account goes unpaid, and you get a lot of grief from your boss. Doesn't sound fair to me.
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't know. Rules are rules.
Rules got you this little cubby hole in bad lighting. My way gets you the full amount and the chance to impress your boss. Maybe even get a promotion.
I could certainly use a raise.
School's
but
coming. You got kids?
Yes,
Oh,
but I
that's
don't...
great. So do I. As you know, clothes cost money. And, of course, there's the holidays and Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it, Edith. That extra cash could come in handy.
Yeah.
But come on, I tell you what, I'm just looking for the chance to get my brother-in-law out of trouble. We're friends. I'm not looking for the chance to get you into it.
You know, I shouldn't do this. Okay, but just give me a minute, all right? Your brother-in-law's bill comes to $15,273.75.
Yeah, well, that's not as bad as it could be. That's $15,273
Right.
and
75
cents.
Right.
Okay, just thank you. If you'll just give me a copy of the receipt, I'll be on my
Oh,
way.
I'm sorry, Mr. Martin, but patient information is confidential.
Well, this is just for my accountant. I'm pretty sure this qualifies as a charitable contribution.
It is a lot of money. And the check's made out to the hospital. All right.
Great. Thank you. Whoa, these dialysis treatments really add up, don't they?
Well, yeah, especially since they increased from 1 to 2 a week.
Hey, Dr. Rosenstein, that's nephrology, right?
Well, he's a kidney specialist, yes. Why?
Oh, I just want to make sure that Dell gets the treatment he deserves.
You have the cross-match results.
All here. Sit down. Let's go over them.
It's a match, right? It has to be.
Val, I'm sorry. There was an adverse reaction when your blood was mixed with the donor's. The kidney isn't suitable for transplant to you.
I see.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Maybe somebody else in the donor program is about to get lucky.
You're taking this well.
I should have known this was too good to be true.
I apologize for getting your hopes up. The preliminary data seemed so promising. That's why I called you in here.
Guess it's back to the waiting game.
Dell, I don't want to alarm you, but since your blood type is O, you're a universal donor and not a universal recipient. You could have the longest wait of any blood type.
No need to sugarcoat, Doc. My time of finding a kidney transplant is running out.
Well, if the field continues to narrow at this rate, your options could come down to one.
So many people. Mona was deeply loved. I hope Erica can take some comfort.
That poor little thing. Well, at least she started grieving. I guess that's something. But, boy, I sure worry about how she's going to make it through all this.
The pain is difficult.
At least that's something you don't have to worry about anymore, now do you, sugar? Got your Tatikins back, the two of you can live happily ever after. I'm talking white picket fences, rose-covered cottages, the works.
Well, I don't know, but I thank you, Opal. I hope so.
Yeah. Well, I guess we better get going, too, huh? You need a lift?
No, actually, I thought I'd stop by Will's grave.
Oh, mind some company?
No, that'd be very nice. Let me, take a flower.
Okay.
People are like, you know, when they go, you really miss them.
You got that right.
I really know how Erica's feeling right now. Lost. And completely alone.
Well, I'm sure glad we got a chance to visit Will a little bit. But, you know, I think we ought to head back. I got to check on Petey. Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead?
You sure?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Well, all right, honey bunch, but don't stay too long, all right?
Okay.
I know you miss your brother, but don't forget all those boys you got at home that depend on you.
Oh, how could I forget?
No, what I'm saying is that, you know, Will, you can't do anything more for Will, but Ted and Junior and Jamie, too, you know, they need you something fierce. So don't let what you lost take away from what you got.
Tad and the boys are my #1 priority. Always will be.
Well, that's the kind of talk we mother-in-laws just love to hear. I'll see you later.
Okay. Oh, I just really needed to talk to you. I really miss you. And I still need you. You know, especially your advice. Turns out that we have this other brother, Dell. I don't know, I just wish that you were here. You could tell me what you thought of him. And sometimes, like after the tornado, he's very nice and strong, the real no-nonsense, take charge kind of guy. Other times, I don't know. It's like a lost soul.
Hey, it's me. Well, I thought I was going to get good news today. My doctor thought he found a donor, but it wasn't a match. He said my chances for getting a kidney transplant are getting slimmer by the minute. Yeah, Daddy. I'm sorry, too.
Dr. Rosenstein? Hi, I'm sorry to bother you. I know you're a busy man. I'm just hoping you could spare me a few minutes. I'm Del Henry's brother-in-law, Tad Martin.
Oh, Joe's son.
Yeah.
Sure. I heard about your accident. Looks like you're well on the road to recovery.
Oh, yeah, I am. Thanks. I guess Dr. Hayes knows his stuff. Dr. Walsh did, too. I hear you've replaced him.
That's right. Dr. Walsh is on indefinite leave. Your brother-in-law's case was his most serious endeavor. I assume you're familiar with Dell's situation.
Oh, yeah, sure. I know all about it.
Have you spoken to him since our session this morning?
No, why?
I thought we'd found a suitable donor for him in Center City, but the cross-match tests proved otherwise. This isn't easy to say, but Dell's time is running out.
Even though they've upped the dialysis treatments to twice a week?
Dialysis isn't a long-term option in Dell's case for a number of reasons. Your brother-in-law needs a kidney transplant, and the odds of him finding a suitable donor through the donor program are slim to none. I think we should test your wife as soon as possible. Receiving one of her kidneys could be Dell's only hope.
I know there's one other option. I'm just not sure I want to take it. Don't worry, Daddy, okay? I'll handle it. All right. Dad? What is it? You dare!
Goodbye, Will. I'll come back and visit soon, okay? I love you. Rest in peace, Mrs. Silas. And, if you have a chance, look after my brother Will for me. He could use a friend like you.